section.
All right. Oh no, I have an ad.
We'll give you a couple extra seconds.
There we go. All right. Can you hear me over top of this?
Are you going to dance?
No, I'm not going to dance. But my presentation is called Putting on the Wix today. And the reason for this is I'm going to talk about Wix.com. If you haven't heard of it, it is a website developer. It's very user-friendly, easy to follow. Last year I was at an impasse in middle school. We do state testing in April and then turn around in June and I do final exam testing for my students. So I had enough of review. I tapped out all of my fun games, all of my activities, and I needed something new to review for my final exam. So I had this brilliant idea and I needed help to roll it out. So with the help of Mary and Andy, I brought it to life and I used Wix.com to create a website for my kids. So, in the website, I created a game and I made everything in the week that we did it. I signed out the computer labs, and within the week that we did it, everything was based on XP point conversions that they got. So in the website, I gave them the first and most important thing was their conversion scale. I showed in class, before I took them to the computer labs, I showed them the site. I walked them through all of the specifics so they had an idea of what they were going into when they actually went into the computer lab, so they could just kind of run with it. But most importantly, on the home screen, I showed them the XP point conversion scale that I created, and that was their grade. So I needed a way to assign grades for review. Usually I give quizzes or I'm giving grades for homework. So with this, I gave grades for homework, plus I did the conversion scale here for their XP points. So they knew if I had 1,000 points, I was going to have a 70. It was their choice how high they wanted to go with this. Left it up to them. Completely self-driven. They were responsible for it. They showed me their work as they went, and they got to earn what they wanted to. I had quite a few kids that I wasn't surprised at, that stayed, in that 75-80 range. They were happy with that. I also had kids who were working on it outside of class so that they could get stuff done and they could earn the most points that they could possibly get. And I did have an extra credit option for them. Whoops, wrong screen. So, in the spring training, they had first base, which at the first base, hopefully you can see up here, I have different levels. So what I did was T-ball was worth less points, and for T-ball what they had to do was they had to watch a video, they had to take the notes along with the video, and then at the end I had a question that they had to answer on their own, get it checked, make sure they did it right. Minor league was like the medium level, so that was a 500 points. They had to solve problems that I gave them. And major league was creating their own problem, then solving up the equation, or setting up the equation, solving that, and having all of that checked to make sure that it was right. So they ranged in difficulty. Same for second, third, and home base. So same levels, different problems. I told them that they could do whatever level they wanted to start. If they wanted to start with the 1,000 points, work their way back, maybe do the videos when they were at home and they didn't need my help, they could do that. So they were allowed to do whatever they wanted to. They could even start with the extra inning if they really wanted to. That was their bonus points. If they did everything and then the extra inning, it would give them the extra credit. So the extra inning didn't have to be necessarily above and beyond. It was just if they did everything else with it. So this worked so well that I decided I also wanted to do it for my next group. So I did it for Math 8. And for Math 8, it followed the same idea, except I did it hockey themed. Same things with the conversion scale. I thought that was most important, that they knew how it was going to convert. They only had period 1, 2, 3, and then they had overtime. It had the same exact layout. This was a little bit more fancy because it was my second one I made, so I kind of knew what I was doing there. And then they went through just a 3-day because I didn't have the computer lab as long.
Yes.